Hi everyone, me again in the Nantahala Gorge. We just turned on the Wayah Road, one of our favorite roads. If you don't know this road and you come to this area, you should come ride it. It's right off of 7419, just past the Whitewater Center if you're coming from Bryson City. And it's a really nice one. Susan's gonna pull over here so this truck can get by. This will give me a chance to show you a valve. This is one of the valves from a turbine, on-off valve. How you like this thing? What do you think of that? Pretty cool, huh? They got this thing in a static display here, and we're just trying to make sure nobody's going to be behind us. There's a lovely Susan on the Spider, and this is the closest thing to a rainforest, I guess. We have right around this spot, or at least I consider it that. And it's big time tree tunnels right up and deep, in between deep gorges between these mountains. I mean, there's a mountain straight ahead and a mountain off to the right. There's a big power station off to the right we just went by. But this road gets twisty and dark and wet and cool. In summertime, it's a great time to come to place because it's so cool. It's a big trout fishing stream. They do stock this stream. Got to check the local regulations on when you can fish it during the year. They do have they do a set aside, I think, a couple of weeks for kids, people under 18 or under a certain age, so they can come out and trout fish before us old guys, the old professionals, get out there. This is a quasi rainy day. Rain this morning. We're in a little lull right now, but it's very overcast. It's very dark in here, and hopefully the camera will not have any difficulties brightening it up. I can always tell how dark it is by how bright the American flag sign on the back of Susan's bike is. That's the bright white thing that you see in the camera, I'm sure. But this twists and turns on both sides of the creek all the way up. This creek, river, whatever you want to call it, comes from a big lake up here. And this is the creek that's part of the spillway. And there are signs out here and there that say, be aware that they might release water without letting anybody know ahead of time. And if you're standing out there waist deep, doing some fly fishing, that could be a concern, I'm sure. But I've never seen them do it, but we're not up here all that often. I don't know how high the water gets when they do release some from the spillway. But it's always cool and moist and dark here. A couple of little spots right here where you get a little bit of open sky, but this is a rarity. This is a great road. We're not going to go very far because it's a rainy day. We're not going to go all the way into Franklin, but this road has about everything you want on it. It's got this riding along beside the creek in a tree forest in a tree tunnel, and go up a little higher and it opens up into a valley. You got a real pretty valley you ride through. Then it climbs up in the mountains, and there are lots of twisties and tall trees and switchbacks. Then it pops out into another valley, and the next thing you know, you're in Franklin, North Carolina, where you can stop and get a drink, get something to eat, just sit on Main Street and watch people go by. That's a fun thing we like to do. Of course, we're old. Okay, we got something going on up here. Let's see if they're going to wave us on by. Don't know what's up here. This is the first time we've had this issue. Trying to wave us on. Oh, we got a truck coming. Oh, maybe that's it. I'll move over just a little bit in case he needs more room than I can give him. Oh, a big truck coming through here. That's real unusual. Don't see too many of them. Yeah, we'll move over a little farther so he'll have lots of room. There he is. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's a wrecker. And he's got he has a little electric man lift on top of it. But this is something else going on right here. I don't know what this is. We'll see what it is. Thank you. Oh boy. Yow. Ouch. Well, that was sad. Somebody's wrecked their car. You never know. Could have been during a downpour, could have been just going a little too fast. You just never know. This road is not wet, but it is damp. And we're certainly not going to push our luck speeding around through here. You see it's a nice little creek off here to the side. Lots of places along here where you can pull off and just go down and get in the creek if you want to. It's cold water. And we have a place up here that we stopped and filmed many times. Susan likes to say there's 1,000,000 waterfalls on this. There is a really nice set of waterfalls right up here. They're not tall, you know, they're just low waterfalls, but they're really nice. It's a good, they have a pull out there. You can get off and, you know, look at it, take some pictures, have some fun. So we met some fishermen there once, and we had a nice discussion with them. They told us all about trout fishing on this river. But I'm not a trout fisherman. I have done it when I was a kid, but my mom liked to do it, but I haven't done it. I haven't done it since I was a child. There's a fella down there sitting on a rock doing his fishing, sitting in the middle of the river doing his fishing. A good bit of water coming down through here. It's not really high or low compared by my experience, but it's moving pretty good. This is what you'd call a navigable river stream. You'd have a rough time with a kayak coming down through here. There's just a lot of places where there's just not enough water. You'd be carrying it a lot. You'd be hitting bottom quite frequently. Having ridden in a kayak before, I know when you hit a rock, that's a real pain in the butt, literally. Old as I am, I'd probably break my spine. Oh, there's a truck camper. All right. There you go. That's a different brand of ours, but that's a nice one. That'd be the way to go. Bring that out here and you can stay here all day. Go inside and take a break, have a nice meal, take a nap, all kinds of stuff. I bet that's him right there, walking up. We'll find him a place upstream to catch some fish. Pretty good sized trout in this. The day we met those other fellows, it was the day that they had released a lot of trout upstream, and I think they said between them they caught about 40 trout that day. And it was just past lunchtime when we got up with them, and they didn't keep them. It was catch and release. But they sure were having a good time. A couple old guys. It's what they did for fun. Susan and I ride motorcycles for fun. And I wouldn't bet you a nickel that their sport is more expensive than ours is. I bet it'd be a tough one. I know a buddy of mine who's a fisherman, and he's got, I don't know, walls and walls and walls of fishing rods and reels, all kind of boxes and boxes of lures, everything you can think of. And don't get me started on getting a boat. You get a boat, you got to be a millionaire to have a boat. Of course, a boat wouldn't do any good on this little creek here. See these little bridges here? We like these. Somebody down below us fishing here. Nice little areas. Got some little pull, like I said, little pull-offs. Been having a real good time on our vacation. I don't know if I can call it a vacation when I'm retired. We're both retired, so it's not really a vacation, but it's our little trip away from home. Let's put it that way. And weather's a little iffy. The rest of the week, not sure what's going to happen. You can see I'm picking up a little bit of moisture on the lens, so probably starting to get a little bit of a mist started. But mist we can handle. Rain I'm not a big fan of. Tell you the story again I told once before. I hadn't had this Riker very long, and we were up here in the summertime. We come up in August as well, in October, but it was an August trip, and there was a big thunderstorm, and we were maybe 5 miles from the campground, and we decided we would just go ahead and ride through the storm and go ahead and get there, because there wasn't really any place to pull off and stay dry. We were going to get wet no matter what. And I got back to the campground, and this has a split tail light on it, so that it can do the turn signals as well. And my left turn signal tail light was completely full of water all the way to the top, and it shorted out. And it's an LED light. There's nothing to replace inside there. It's all one unit from Can-Am. And so when we got back home, I mean, I rode it the rest of the week. I couldn't do anything else. Got back home, I took it off and went up to the Extreme Adventure out. Well, not Adventure. Let's see, Extreme Propulsion in Cartersville, where I bought this, and showed it to the lady in park. She said, "I've never seen that before." And I said, "Because the water was still in it. I didn't dump the water out. I just wanted to show her." And I said, "Yeah, water's in full of water." And she said, "Well, let me get on the phone here." And she got on the phone and got a hold of somebody at, I guess, her Can-Am distributor. And the bike was brand new. I mean, I hadn't had it. This is the first year I'd had it, and it wasn't even a year old. And she said, "Yeah, it's covered under warranty, no problem." And she had one in stock, and it was $145. Can you believe that? Holy crap! Good thing I didn't have to pay that for a taillight. For half a taillight. Anyway, this is our turnaround, so I'll kill this right here, and it looks like it's starting to mist a little more anyway. Hope y'all are having a great day, and get out there and film something. Take care. Bye-bye.